Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about personal development. And I'm going to say, if you would have asked me 4 years ago what personal development is, two things would have come to my mind. Actually, probably one. I would say personal development. That sounds like something, a job title for at a college where they would help maybe, or within a company where maybe they would help develop their leaders. How they would do that, I don't know, probably take them through some type of training, personality test, that kind of thing. That's what I would have assumed. What introduced me to personal development and a lot of reading and growing myself was when I became a coach with Beachbody. And that's something they were like, this is really important. It's not just about, taking care of your nutrition and your fitness. It's about your mind, your emotions. I'm like, eh. So then I'm like, oh, great. So this is like that self-help part of Barnes & Noble that I always would walk by. Like Barnes & Noble in my high school and college years was my happy place. Like just going through books, sitting down, having a latte, looking at magazines, loved it. But the self-help stuff, I was always like, quacks, like whatever. These are people that, who knows what, la fluff, right? No, you work hard, you just do it. Well, things change like that when you have a bunch of kids and you hit real adult life. And you see that just because you work hard and do the right thing doesn't mean everything works out great and you just feel pounded down. So when they said read personal development, I thought, whatever, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to do. To be a good coach, this is what I'll do. The suggestion was that we just listen to or read 10 minutes a day. I tried reading like a book, and don't get me wrong, like I love reading. Growing up, I could get lost in books. Love it, love it, love it. But right now where I am in my life, running a large family and running a business, it's hard for me to find that type of time where I'm not multitasking, honestly. Not that I think multitasking is great. It's just the truth. And so I have fallen in love with audiobooks. Love them. So I want to talk a second about personal development and the options you have for it. So personal development isn't a bunch of wah-wah woo-woo, just self-help, but at the same time, there are things in there that like affirmations, changing your mindset that are going to help you a lot. Now there's a million different personal development books. And when I first started, I was like, I'm just going to read the Bible, just the Bible. That's it. Anything else would be like wrong or cheating on God or something. And, but I decided I don't really think that's true. I'm going to read the Bible every day. I need to just put that first. And then I'm going to just read or listen to these books. And it's changed my life, and I want it to change your life. So when I ask you to pick out a book, a personal development book, and commit 10 minutes a day to it now and then always, I really, really mean that. Do not skip over it like I skipped over it, because what's going to happen is this right here controls all of this. This controls this. It controls what your mouth says. It controls what food goes in your mouth. So if your mind isn't strong, if you don't have the knowledge, but more importantly, if your emotional capacity and strength, emotional fitness, I guess I should say, and relational fitness, because you're going to get yourself in all types of stressful kinks if you don't have skills with relationships, you're not learning. It's going to cause a lot of stress. You're going to end up stress eating. You're going to have a hard time following through on the commitments that you've made. So the first one that I suggested that you try is the compound effect. And I feel like this is the most, sorry, I got bitten by mosquitoes. This is the most succinct, efficient, motivating, simplistic truth, and honestly entertaining book that you can read. And there's so many more, and I've put them in the Busy Girl Society in our in a file so that you can look through. But so I want to show kind of what your options are. You can go to the library and borrow books. I think you can hold them online and then go pick them up. The libraries, I think basically every library that I know of also has a free audiobook app. So you go in and you find what their app is, just call the library, and you'll put in your library card number most of the time, or they'll give you, you'll make a login. And then they have a large selection of audiobooks. So you can look for these types of personal development books. And you can always ask me, but like I said, I have a list there. The other option you can buy them on Amazon, bookstore, whatever. For audiobooks, the option I like the best is called Audible. And there's a 30-day free trial for Audible. I totally suggest that you do this free trial. I know some free trials are annoying. I very much suggest that you do this. These are all the books that I have listened to in the past year. And they really have just changed everything for me. I think my kids listen to Finding Dory. There's the Compound Effect.
What do you mean Finding Dory?
So they have just changed my life. And then the other place that you can get them is on iTunes. So you can go to iTunes and you can search for a book name, and you can download the book there, and then it's going to save it like in your music or something like that. Audible has a $14.95 subscription a month. And so these audio books, they range between like $6 a book and like $25 or $30 a book. So with the $14.95 subscription, it's less than the average. And so then I'm not just having to look for like $6 books. But the Compound Effect that I suggest that you start with is about $6. So that's a good one, no matter how you purchase it, to go with that. If you have any questions on personal development books, please ask me, but don't knock it till you've tried it. I really believe that your physical results, that your health results are going to be compounded 2 to 10 times. Twice is a lot, okay? If you just will every day commit to listening to or reading a personal development book. And I mean, you can see, like I said, some of the ones that I've read, and then there's also a lot in the Busy Girl Society files. But this is something to share with others, what you've learned, to share in your accountability pod, to share with our group. Just make a post. Just share what you've learned, a quote, anything like that, and to share with the Facebook world. It's going to shift your mindset from victim to I can do it. You're going to go from the I can't to the little engine that could. And that's a really powerful thing. All right, get listening, get reading, make a commitment. I try to commit to, last year I committed to 52 books in a year. Didn't get it, honestly. I think I did like 26. So for me, I think a better commitment would be one book every 2 weeks. So figure out what yours is, maybe one every month. And I listen to it while I drive, while I cook, while I take a bath. Those are the main 3 ways that I can kind of multitask without taking attention away from my family or something important.